Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother***ing ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast. I am Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is the hotly anticipated Dan Ryan.
I mean, hotly anticipated?
Every week I hotly anticipate steaming hot Dan Ryan piles.
Yeah, gross.
I tried.
And unsuccessful, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, you know, I anticipate you hotly every week. How's that?
There we go. That was better. Just stop there.
It's round two.
It's fine.
2022, as you've all noticed, is upon us, and that has some serious potential to be one of the best years in recent gaming history. Dan and I will be breaking down the games we're looking forward most to most in 2022.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun. Keep praying for Silksong because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now.
I am.
Me too.
I want it.
I would like very much for that game to happen. You got it. We'll talk about it later. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, it's on my list.
This is episode 394. It's the week of January 21st, 2022. I tell you, Dan, this has been a rough day.
Has it? What happened?
I finished Secret of Mana. And it took some time.
Yeah.
I was sure I was at the end of this game like a week ago.
And no, it just kept going. And then I thought I was at the end again, and then it kept going again. And then last night, I attempted to finish Secret of Mana. And the idea was I was going to finish that game last night, come hell or high water, so that I could start Sonic Colors this week, because I have to review Sonic Colors. I think it's due first week of February. I was going to say, you kind of have to do that one, right?
Yeah, that's my job.
Like you get paid for that.
I'm being paid to review that game. That's not for fun. That is something that I have to do.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to have Secret of Mana behind me before I started it, because I knew I was close to the end. I was at the end areas of the game. I didn't want to stop for like a week and a half and then come back and feel all disjointed. I was like, no, I've got to plow through this. But then some lovely people in our Discord, Rob, Metzger, and Truth, they popped into the Discord to let me know that they had some of the art that I was missing from Animal Crossing. So they came over to my island and gave me a bunch of art, and we had a good old jolly time. I gave them a tour of East Todd, and they gave me a bunch of the art that I was missing. Now there's only 3 things left.
Ooh, nice. That's exciting.
And as I explained before the show, that was all happening while I was on the couch, and while Karen was watching the Steelers season end.
just brutal. Just brutal.
So I slinked off to the basement and played Secret of Mana for like an hour, and I was like, wow, this game's not over yet. I gotta be close to the end, though. The Mana Tower is floating in the sky. I'm off to go power up my sword for the last time, and then like, it's gotta be the end of the game, right? So today, this afternoon, I was like, all right, I have like, an hour or so to dedicate to this before I gotta get some chores done, and I'm gonna do this. I gotta finish this game today. I have to mentally be done with this so that I can dedicate the rest of my week to Sonic Colors. So I sat down and I played it for 2.5 more hours.
Now is this because you're not good at it, or because that's just how long it is?
That's just.
And I'm not
how
saying
long
that to be an asshole. Like,
no,
a legitimate question.
I was doing fine. I was actually a little bit ahead of the game. I was following a guide, and I was just plowing through things nice and fast. But every time I'd get to the next page, I'd get to the end of a page in the walkthrough from IGN, another page would show up, and then another one would show up. I'm like, how long is this game? 2.5 more hours today, and I blew off. It's not like me to blow off my responsibilities to just sit and play video games, but I did, and I was very thankful for Karen for keeping Ellie occupied. John was just thrilled to be sitting there watching me play the game.
Right.
Man, it took a lot out of me.
Very sorry.
It was very stressful then as soon as it was over, like, okay, now I have to do an hour and a half worth of stuff that I didn't do today. I felt really guilty for ignoring Ellie more or less because I was just so hyper focused on finishing this game. And
sure,
overall, I understand why people like this game so much, especially if I had played it back when it first came out. Definitely with friends and with a strategy guide, because I never ever would have finished this game on my own. Because there's just so much of it that is it's extraordinarily ambitious. It's such an ambitious game, but like, wow, so much of it doesn't work. The hit detection for all the attacks is just a crapshoot. Is so much of it, like, it kind of makes sense, but then it kind of doesn't. Like, so many times you just swing and miss, even though like there's no way you could have missed. And I'm not just talking about the way that the game like works kind of like an RPG where there's a percentage that they'll dodge or block or whatever. And that stuff's super cool. Like, the way that almost works is so cool. I love all the ideas in this game. Like, getting on the dragon and flying around is so cool until you actually do it. And then it's like, oh no, I can't find anything because it's
shit.
It's flat mode 7 and like there's no map. If there was a map, that would change so much of flying around on the dragon. And like, the last boss fight was a slog. It wasn't hard. It was just tedious and not fun. It's like, all right,
which is not what you're going for.
Yeah, it was a really neat idea that you needed to use two characters to magic up your sword, and you take this, the opportunities while your sword is magicked up to attack this giant mana dragon that you're fighting. Awesome character design, but just the fight itself is like, all right, this is boring. I can't move, or there's no dodging, there's no skill involved here. It's just going through this motion until that thing's dead.
Right.
So, and also I've come to understand from poking around on the internet for other things that weren't in the strategy guide that I was using to try to find like meanings for things. And it seems that the universal opinion is that not really opinion, but just that the translation on this was actual garbage. Because I wasn't understanding a lot about the story, and a lot of the way the characters talk is pretty bizarre. And then like, I got to the ending of the game, and all of a sudden, like, it really clicked with me, like, things that they were trying to tell me throughout the course of the game that I wasn't getting. And then like, oh, okay. Oh, this is actually a really sweet story. That's very cool. So I'm really glad I played through this game. But holy crap, I don't even know how many hours it was, because I put a bunch of hours into Final Fantasy Adventure 2 a while back, and that counts to my total hours playing this game because it's a compilation, so there's no way for the Switch on a system level to separate out how many hours you've put into each part of that game. It's just how much have you played this game. So I have to do the math to figure out how many hours I put into it, but it felt like 450 at least.
Which isn't what you want to say when you finish a game.
Yeah, no, it didn't feel short. It felt way too long. But again, if this was, played this back when it first came out on Super Nintendo, like, and especially if I had had other people to play it with, like, I feel like this really would have worked so much better with two other people of the similar mindset as me, and just kind of blowing through it. That would have been really, really cool.
Right.
But yeah, I'm done. I did it. I beat Secret of Mana like 20 some odd years later.
Well, I mean, that's
Secret of Mana.
That's not nothing.
It's not, and I'm never going to finish Final Fantasy Adventure, and I've made my peace with that. I got really far in that game, and then, that's that. It was a very fun experience, but I feel like I've experienced that game. I really want to try Trials of Mana out, the original version, not the remake that came out recently. Not the remake looks bad, but I have Collection of Mana, and I'd love to experience the Super Nintendo one, because I remember seeing in magazines Secret of Mana 2 coming out for Super Nintendo, and then it never happened. So I hear the game is just outstanding, and I'm very curious about it. But I need a break from this franchise for a little bit. I got too many other games to play, so I'm exhausted.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get, like, there comes a point where, and that's just the worst part about some of these games, where you're just like, oh man, like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore. I've had enough, but I'm 45 hours into it, so I'm not going to stop. You know, like, I'm going to keep and I don't want to, and now I'm just angry about the whole fucking thing, and like, that just ruins your time with it.
Yeah, and I can't say that it got to the point where it ruined my time, because I did generally overall enjoy my experience with it, and I'm super glad that I did do this. Like, this is one of those things that's been on my list of things to play for like 20 some odd years. I've owned the Super Nintendo game since I worked at Funko Land. Like, I've had this game in my collection forever, and I've bought it several times on other platforms that it's released for, like the Wii Virtual Console. But I never, hunkered down and took care of it, and I'm glad I finally did.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for me too. I only have a few other tiny things, and then you can take over.
Go through
officially just taking a break on Star Wars until I finish Sonic Colors because I have to. Picross S7 came out. I didn't even know it came out until like 5 days after it hit, which is like, how did that one get by me?
Right.
And there was an Evil Ryu spirit in Smash Brothers.
Is
so
that
I did
new?
that. Yeah, it just dropped over this weekend.
Oh, cool.
So I did that. Just a spirit, but it was still fun. And then I'm back on my bullshit with the exercising, right? I said last week I started.
Yeah.
So Ring Fit hurt me really, really bad last week. That was brutal. But I did it. I survived. Like, I felt like I was going to throw up when I was done playing it. It was awful. But I did it, and then I survived the weekend of taking the weekend off, and I got on the Wii Fit again this morning, even though the kids were home, and I'm down 2 pounds from last week. So I don't expect to keep that rate up. It's probably all just been like, oh, hey, you stopped eating shit all the time. Congratulations. So
good for you.
Let's get you back to normal.
Well
here.
done, you.
And that's it. That's all I've been up to.
Well, all right then. Let's see. What have I been doing? Shit. We talked about finishing Guardians of the Galaxy, right? We talked about that last week.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Finished Guardians of the Galaxy. Finally got through this goddamn dungeon in Puzzle and Dragons that's been kicking my ass for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But we got a new collab that just came out. The Prince of Tennis, which is an anime I am not familiar with. But there was
space.
Yeah, I am not the Prince of Tennis, surprisingly enough. But there was a card in there that was absolutely perfect for what I needed to get through this dungeon. So I traded for that, and then had to.
I'm actually somewhat familiar with that property.
Are you?
Just in that I know it exists.
Well, that's more than I did before it got here. So now I do, though. And Seiichi Yukamura was like, oh, this guy looks perfect for this fucking Daytona card that I just got. And indeed he was. So that was awesome. I was very, very happy to get through that, because it's one of those things where it's like, at this point, the power creep has gotten so much in that game at end game level dungeons, where it's like, you either do it or you don't. Like, there is no wiggle room of like, oh, I fucked up that one little thing, but I got like 2 more turns and now I'm going to do this and try this. Nope. It's like, you either fucking hit it or you're dead instantly, which isn't the most fun shit in the world. And I'm really hoping that for the 10th anniversary, that is about a month away in Japan, is the fucking 10 years of this game. Which is absurd, but I'm hoping there's some really cool shit released for that, announced during that time, whatever, because I'm not gonna stop now. But the other thing that we picked up, because it was on sale, I believe the PlayStation holiday sale will finally be over by the time this episode comes out, but I had wanted to get Returnal a long time ago, but it was like $70 when it first came out. I was like, man, I really like some of the other games that House Marquee had put out, but $70 for like their first big budget, I don't know, man. But it was on sale for I think $40 or $50. So I picked it up, And it's wild, man. This is the one. Do you know anything about this one?
This is Returnal, you said?
Yeah, Returnal.
I know the name, but I don't think I actually know anything about what kind of game it is.
So you're a female astronaut named Celine who crashes on this planet, and every time you die, you wake up as your ship is crashing again. And you're kind of stuck in this time loop on this planet. And it's a roguelike where the planet is different every single time. I mean, there's some commonality in the rooms and whatnot. Like when you go, there's, I don't know how many rooms there are. I've explored 50 different rooms so far, and I'm sure there's way more than that. But there's only so many different configurations it can be. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, there's a door over here, and then in the next one, the door is in a completely different place. It's just kind of the order that the rooms are put for you. And I say rooms like you're out in a big open space, but you get my idea. But you crash land, and you're thrown out of your ship, and you can't find your gun. So you start making your way through this world, and you come across a dead astronaut, and you kind of like you gingerly walk over to it and roll it over, and it's you, and your gun is there, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And like she's like, oh my god, I don't understand. And you start making your way like through the game and like, you know, kind of fighting different things, and like it's a roguelike, and it's designed this way on purpose. You die a lot, right? So the first time you die, it gives you like a different version of the opening crash scene. And she wakes up, and she's like, she starts going through the exact same speech that she gave at the beginning of the game, and she's like, wait, I've done this all before. And then you start like making your way through the level, and you get a little bit farther, and you find a voice recording, and it's a recording that you made so that your next body could find it. Like, it's really weird. And it's really, really good. Like, the combat's really fun. It took me a while to understand what I was actually playing. But what they've made is a third-person action-adventure bullet hell. Where...
Like Piano 3?
Kind of, but you're not stationary.
Huh.
So as you're running through the level, there's all these enemies, and there's all these fucking like energy projectiles coming at you, and you can dash forward is one of the moves that you can do, right? Or you could dash forward, back, left, right, doesn't matter. When you dash, you're invincible. So I was like, it kind of clicked on like Sunday night I was playing, because we started playing it Friday night after we watched the Eternals. And then like Sunday, it kind of clicked. I was like, oh shit, I'm playing a bullet hell. Okay. Huh. I get this now. Like, all right, I'm jumping and like dashing through projectiles and landing and like coming around and shooting things. I was like, oh my God, this is really crazy. This is awesome. And it's really, really good, and I'm really enjoying it. The only complaint I have is that and here's the thing, like, I don't know if I'm good at it and I'm not dying enough, or the pacing isn't quite what it should be, if that makes sense. Because I feel like the story could be coming a little bit quicker. Like, there's definitely a big, wild story here, because one of the rooms that you get to as you're making your way through these different cycles, you're like on this alien planet, and there's weird tentacle monsters and all this shit, and you're like deciphering weird alien glyphs and all of this stuff, and then you go into a room, and there's like a mid-century modern farmhouse that's just there. And it's like, well, what the fuck? What is that about? Why is there a farmhouse here? And like the main character even says, she's like, it's impossible. This can't be here. Which, you know, leads you to believe it's your house. Like, I've only seen it the one time. So I'm like, fuck, all right, now I got to keep searching for this damn farmhouse, and I got to go find this thing. And I go, all right, fine. But it's really cool. I really, really like it. it has the potential to get really old if it does not start coming with the story here relatively soon. But I am excited about playing it, and like I'm kind of sad that I didn't have any time for it today. Yeah, and it's gorgeous. Oh my god, does it look good? Like,
and who made this again?
So.
Who's
House
this
Marquee or House Mark, Marque.
I'm unfamiliar.
Should I
be familiar with them?
What's that?
Should I be familiar with them?
I don't believe so. They made a game. They had one of the first PS Plus titles on PS4. They made Resogun.
Oh, Resogun. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, Resogun or Resogun, whatever the hell it is.
Huh.
Yeah. So like once I made the connection, I was like, all right, these are the guys who did that. All right, now I get, yep. Okay, so this is a bullet hell. They made bullet hell games before this, and like some sports games and whatever. They did like that Dead Nation game. Do you remember that? It was like
name sounds familiar.
Top down, almost like a Diablo style zombie game. It was one of the games that Sony ended up giving out for free when they had that big internet crash in like 2009 or 2010, something like that.
Huh.
Yeah, they made this other game called Nex Machina that was supposed to be pretty cool, but again, like a shootery action kind of game. I don't know. This is really, really good. I'm really, really impressed with it. Looks great,
pleasure.
Plays great. I just need a little bit more story.
Well, maybe they'll start beefing that up for you.
I hope so.
Maybe they're listening and they're just going to update it in real time.
Oh, that would be really nice of them, actually.
That'd be weird. I would be impressed.
That would be weird. I'm into it, though. And then the only other thing I've been doing really is Katie and I, she decided she wanted us to start over our playthrough of Undertale so we could do a specific type of run. And the type of run we are doing escapes me at the moment. But like we're playing through and she's like, no, don't kill that person. I'm like, all right, fine. I gotta like figure out how to talk my way out of all the fights and shit now.
The pacifist run?
No, it's not the pacifist. That's the thing. It's a different. There's something else that we have to do. It's like part pacifist, part something else.
Kill some of them.
Yeah, kill the ones that really are asking for it. Like, what were they wearing? Because that's kind of how you tell. And no, I have no idea what I'm in for or whatever. But she was like, "It's really cool. We got to do it." I'm like, "All right, that's fine." Sans and Papyrus are great. I love them. You still haven't played Undertale, right?
I still have not played Undertale.
Like I didn't get it until it was pointed out to me, but like Sans and Papyrus, like those are their names because that's the font that's on the screen when they talk. Sans talks in Comic Sans and Papyrus talks in Papyrus. I'm like, oh, that's actually really fucking clever.
That's nice. I like that.
Really mad that I didn't know that. I'm trying to see real quick if I can just find it. What the hell is this called? Not genocide, not this. No, civilian neutral, false pacifist, ethical true. I don't know what the hell this is called. No, it's not even here on. Like I'm looking at a Reddit and it doesn't even say what the hell we're doing. I don't know. Whatever, it's making her happy. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's all that matters. It's making her happy.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. That's where I'm at. It's been a weird week. It was mostly focused on like trying to get some shit going with the rescue and whatnot, like trying to move some dogs around, which we have successfully done. We've gotten a couple of some people were nice enough to share stuff here as we are recording on what would have been the 100th birthday of Miss Betty White. There was a thing going around on social media, and we got like donations in for that because she was a big animal advocate and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like I had to make flyers and stuff for that and a bunch of other shit. There hasn't been a ton of time this week. So I'm hoping that this week coming up that we're currently in, I'll be able to get through Returnal, and then I think I've got Tiff convinced that the next thing we buy should be that Kena Bridge of Spirits game. So
okay,
we'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one too.
Oh,
but fuck all that. Let's take a break and talk about new shit, Chris.
Yes, but I've also been playing more Monkey Island 2. That game's
word.
Great. What a game.
It is good.
That's it. All right, let's take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about all the stuff we're excited about for 2022. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
It's a big list.
And now, here's a quick look at some of the other original content available now from our partners and Geekade.com.
First up, we all know how much I love dolphins. It's Miami Dolphins, Flipper, the little ones, the little bits of them that end up in my Starkist tuna, you name it. Into dolphins. Especially Kris, though. Especially. My favorite dolphin. It's a video game dolphin named Echo. God, I love that. I love that fucking dolphin.
Just the name alone.
I love them. I don't know their pronouns. I don't know Echo's pronouns. He, she, they, them. Dolphin. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter, Kris. Regardless, that masterpiece of a Sega Genesis game just gets my dorsal fin all in a bunch, especially its stellar soundtrack. Matt and Kris spent some time appreciating that soundtrack and all of its striking weirdness, and you can listen to them talk about it in Waveback episode 144, Echo the Dolphin. You know you should. I do think it's weird and a little rude that I wasn't invited for that episode, but that's fine. We can talk about that off the air.
Oh, we just needed to keep it short. You know, we knew you wouldn't be able to stop talking about how much you love it. So
I wouldn't. Like, the way the synthesizers blend into the Galibidiguks. Fucking great.
Yeah, there's a lot of wang in that soundtrack.
There really is a lot of wang in that fucking soundtrack.
And I loved it. At least I love the first half of it. Anyway, first half of that soundtrack is a masterpiece. Then it gets like the game itself.
It gets a bit weird.
It's a bit out there. Next up, if you like movies about banjo-plucking aliens, speaking of weird,
God, do I?
Have I a hot movie for you?
It's an interesting phrasing in that sentence. Have I a hot movie for thou?
Have I got a movie for you? It was a typo. There we go.
Oh.
Have I got a movie?
I thought you were just trying to be fancy.
I don't remember typing that. That doesn't sound like something I'd call. Paul, Sean, and myself continued our alphabetical movie-watching excursion with the letter H last week, and we landed on a delightful indie film called The History of Future Folk. It really was an unforgettable movie, and it featured some truly remarkable banjo work. If that... I'm not really sure what I was trying to type there. If that wood's like a... That sounds... There you go. That sounds like... That sounds like a good time to you, and it should. Check out A Theater Near You, Episode 11, The History of Future Folk. That movie's on Netflix. You should totally watch it.
Yeah, at some point I'm going to get to it, Kris.
Yeah,
it does sound like something I'm interested in.
It's super good. It was it's not like, holy shit, this is the most amazing movie ever, but it was like, I'm really glad I watched this movie. Do so. Do it.
I'm very happy that I have seen this and experienced it and all of those things. Yes. All right. What's this last one? All right, so finally, John Madden recently passed away, which was very sad. Our friends over at the SNES podcast took the opportunity to dedicate an episode to his legacy by looking at one of the more popular entries in the Madden franchise to hit the SNES, Madden 94. Don't miss the presumably, we don't know this for sure, turducken-free SNES podcast episode 180, Madden NFL 94. Boom. That's my John Madden. It was pretty good, right? It was like he was back from the dead here for a second to say boom.
Tough acting, connecting.
I love that guy, man.
Shop at Ace Hardware. For all this and more from us and our partners, be sure to keep your eyes on geekade.com. All right, we're back. The answer was, to the best of my ability to track, was 25 and a half hours was how long it took me to beat Secret of Mana.
Oof.
That doesn't
shorter
seem
than
very
I thought.
That's shorter than I thought, because it felt like a lot more than 25 hours.
Shorter than I thought, but longer than I have currently.
Now, granted, that was just me, poking in numbers on the parental controls app. And then I Googled it and it said, when focusing on the internet says, howlongtobeat.com, when focusing on the main objective, Secret of Mana is about 22 hours in length. So, that tracks.
That does track.
Yeah.
That's a great website, by the way.
It really is. I'm so glad it exists.
Yeah. It's a wonderful, wonderful site. Anyway, Kris.
Yeah,
this is a big year.
Wonderful stuff. This is a big year. Apparently bigger for you than for me. I thought my list was pretty hefty, but you've got like twice as many games as me.
I do. There's some stuff that I'm genuinely really, really looking forward to. How do you want to, so do you want to go through this month by month, since that's the way I have it broken down, and then kind of get to the TBA games?
You know what? Sure. I have one with a month, one with a quarter. One with a month, two with I have one March, one spring, and one Q1, and then everything else is,
All right. Well, so, I will.
You kick us off when we get to March. You let me know, and I'll pipe in.
All right. So in January, there were the month that we're currently in. None of these games have come out yet. One of them, the first one on my list, comes out tomorrow. So 3 days ago from when you guys are hearing this, and that would be River City Girls for the PlayStation 5. Do you know anything about River City Girls, Kris?
I do. We actually interviewed one of the guys that made that game, Nintendo Force. One of our writers is a huge fan of the series. It looks super cool. I heard it's great. It's like a River City Ransom, but girls, and really good,
and way forward, and it's a beat 'em up, and it came out what was it, 2 years ago, like on PS4 and Switch and whatever, and there's a sequel that is to be announced later this year. So this is coming out tomorrow, Tuesday the 18th, on the PlayStation 5. Updated, runs a little better, whatever. If you happen to miss it the first go around, here you go. You can catch back up until until the next one comes out. The second game that I had in January, this is a game that we talked about a few years ago when they were bringing it back, and it's just so ridiculous. I can't believe that this is getting a sequel. Comes out January 20th. That would be Windjammers 2.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've still never played Windjammers, so it's not really on my radar.
It's just so fun. It's just so fun. I have no idea how much this game is going to be. Let me see. If I click purchase here, it just laughs at me. Okay. This is not a $50 game. It's not a $60 game, but like $10, $15, maybe on sale. Like, you could do a lot worse than Windjammers. It's a lot of fun. It's a good multiplayer game. I'm hoping that the sequel is just as good. But the big biggie, Kris, for the month of January is the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection that comes out January 28th for the PlayStation 5.
Isn't that also hitting PC?
I believe it is hitting PC as well, yes. What's really, really cool about this one is it's got the improved 4K PlayStation 5, because those games already look gorgeous right? The Uncharted games have always really, really pushed the limits of the PlayStation hardware. And Uncharted 4: A Thief's End was just incredible. And The Lost Legacy, which was a game that focused on Chloe, just really, really excellent games. But now pushing them up to 4K resolution, locked in 30 frames per second, that's really, really awesome. And what's even nicer about it, like why I'm even more excited about this release, one, Tiff was like, oh no, we have to play through the Uncharted games again. That sucks. But if you own either Uncharted 4, Lost Legacy, or the Uncharted Lost Legacy bundle, if you own any of those versions of those games, it's $10 to upgrade everything. And that's like available day one. So $10, upgrade everything, 4K. Yeah, I'm all in. All in, Chris.
I'm very happy for you. I really liked the original Uncharted games, and I played 1 and 2 and just loved the ever-loving garbage out of them. I never played 3, and I really should someday. Maybe I'll make that a priority someday. Huh?
4 is so good. I would recommend, because you have a means to play Uncharted 4.
I do,
and I would honestly just go right to 4.
I don't want to skip 3.
Man, 4 is so fucking good though.
Yeah, but like, really I have 3. It's sitting right there.
I mean, how long does it take to beat an Uncharted game? I don't know how long to beat.
Is it more than 25 and a half hours?
God, it better not be.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that might be something fun to approach this year, depending on how the rest of my year goes. But you know,
all right, I'm looking it up for you right now. Stall. Vamp.
The world is a vampire. What are you looking up?
Uncharted 3, 9 hours.
Oh, how long
to do the main story?
What the hell are you looking up?
Uncharted 3 is 9 hours. Uncharted 4, 15 hours.
How long is this Star Wars game?
What the fuck's the subtitle
Jedi
on that
Fallen
one?
Order.
Jedi Fallen Order, 17.
Ooh. All right. Okay. That's cool. I'm in.
And you only want like main story and what?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going balls to the wall in that game. No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's January, Chris. That's all I had for January. Now, February is where things get interesting. Coming out for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC is Ollie World. That comes out February 8th.
Yep. I knew this was going to be on your list. I didn't make mine because I've just never got into it, but this game looks cool as heck.
This game looks really, really cool. I'm really interested to see like all of the interesting like world building stuff that they're doing in this one. We talked about long time ago when I first moved back up here from Texas. The Ollie games had just come out and really loved them.
You recommended the original one to me pretty hard, and like an asshole, I promptly ignored you.
Of course. It was a really interesting use of the analog sticks on the PlayStation Vita. Just a really, really cool game. So I'm really interested to see where that one goes. But I think the one, not the one that I'm most looking forward to in February, but the one that I'm most interested in is Sifu. That comes out February 8th.
Yeah, I remember looking at this one. It was on one of the indie showcases.
Yeah,
I think, and I remember looking and being like, "Yeah, this is some Dan shit right here."
It's some Dan shit. This is like a really, I don't know, man. It looks really interesting. It's got a really, like, I think interesting camera perspective for like a 3D martial arts game.
It's like somebody saw the Daredevil Netflix series and decided to make a game out of it, of like the way they do the fight scenes. You know,
yeah,
like it's very, confined spaces, using your environments to. It looked. I remember being really impressed by this one at E3 last year. Again, it's not for me, so again, didn't really make my list. I don't know. Maybe it could be for me. Who knows? It does look like an interesting game, but it didn't really like I looked at it and said, "That's some Dan shit, right there." That is a Dan game. I look forward to hearing him talk about it. I'm glad it made your list.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm really, really interested to see where that game goes.
I felt like when we talked about it originally, you weren't all that impressed by it. Like, I feel like I remember in our E3 one, I being like,
I wasn't.
So Sifu, this game looks cool as hell, and you were like, I don't know, it could be all right. And I'm like, but this is a Dan game. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, it definitely, like, the more that I've seen about it as, like, we've gotten closer to the release, I'm like, okay, like, I think I see what they're going for. I don't know. This one, I think, either has the potential to be, like, Game of the Year, or, like, oh, boy, no, we shouldn't have done that. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Our bad. That is February 8th. February 17th. This isn't that big a deal. It's just kind of cool that it's coming out. PlayStation 5, Series, PS4, and PC. King of Fighters 15.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a new King of Fighters game. Love King of Fighters. It's good stuff. But the end of February is absurdly huge for video games, kind of across the board. February 18th sees the release on the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 of Horizon Forbidden West, and February and February 25th on the 5, the 4, the Series, the Xbox One and PC sees the release of Elden Ring.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Those are two just massive, massive games to come out at the end of fucking February.
It's kind of wild that Horizon and Elden Ring are coming out so close to each other.
Yeah, like a week apart.
I feel like some of that's going to... I feel like there's going to be some cannibalization going on there.
Because like I am definitely getting Forbidden West and will wait on Elden Ring. Like, I'm really interested to see what Elden Ring becomes. I have no idea what to expect. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks neat. It's so not my cup of tea. But I'm excited for all the people who are excited about it. I wish I was more excited about Horizon. I really wish I could make that game click with me. Somebody had suggested that I try doing it with, like, use one of those adapters and play with an Xbox controller and see if that helps click better. I don't know if it's
actually.
It might. I'm not sure if it's the controller or not that's getting me, but you made a good point that, Star Wars is working for me. So
right.
Why
and Star Wars,
Horizon?
Like, I don't think Horizon's all that much more complicated than Star Wars. I mean, maybe a little bit, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm so reluctant to try to get back into it because, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, but I really don't want to start it over again. Yeah, you'd almost have
to start over. Yeah.
But I really don't want to start it over again because I really did not enjoy the part when I was playing as a little kid.
Yeah.
So, but, I guess, if I can make it through 25 and a half hours of Secret of Mana.
Right?
I should make that click. So, yeah, better question. Do I try that again, or do I replay the Uncharted games?
I would replay Uncharted before Horizon.
All right, donezo.
Yeah, for sure.
It's on my list.
I mean, I'm very excited about Forbidden West. I really, really loved the first Horizon. I might actually, depending on timing, I might, like, try and play through it again, because so many big games have come out since then that, like, I just want to get back in the world. You know what I mean? Maybe not all the way through it, but definitely, like, jump back into it and spend some more time. I haven't tried it on the PS5 either to see, like, the improvements and stuff that they added. Maybe I'll just get that DLC pack they put out, the Frozen Wilds, I think is what it was called. Something like that. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's February. Huge month. Nothing for Switch, though, really, until we get to March, Kris.
Yeah.
And that I've got 2 games on my list that I think are interesting in March, and they are both for the Switch. One at the beginning of the month, that would be Triangle Strategy, and then which is the new, like, role-playing tactics looking
the new
thing.
Square RPG with a really shitty name,
Yeah, that one.
The people who brought you Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the names make sense, but I mean,
I
they
mean,
don't exactly roll off the tongue. You can do better than that.
You can do better.
You don't have to just name the game after your fighting system.
I don't know. This one does look really, really cool. The way they've done the graphics of it almost looks like a pseudo papercraft kind of thing. I don't know. It's really cool looking. I'm really interested in it.
I'm really glad they're sticking with that whole Octopath engine that they built. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad we're seeing more games like that. That Dragon Quest remake, I actually forgot all about that. That didn't make my list. I don't know when the hell that's supposed to happen, but
I didn't even see anything for it this year, even like rumors.
Oh God, it might even be next year. Let me look that up. Dragon Quest 3 remake, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 3 remake is being done in the Octopath style. Yeah, I don't see any date attached to that at all.
No.
But that certainly looks interesting to me.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I'm really, really interested in this. But the big one in March is obviously the new Kirby game, and that is slated for March 25th.
Yes, that is the first game on my list, the theoretically earliest one on my list. And I'm kind of nervous about it. But
yeah, Kirby has a gun.
Well, I mean that's whatever. Kirby's had everything. That doesn't bother me at all. It's just the fact that it looks really good.
Yeah, that is troubling.
It looks really good. I was a humongous Kirby fan back in the Game Boy and NES and Super NES. I just a nut. Loved all of the Kirby games.
Right.
Because they were all really great. They had a really cool feel to them. Until Kirby's Dream Land 3 was the last one for Super NES, and that was the first one I didn't really like all that much.
Right.
And then
not even didn't love it, like didn't even really like it all that much.
Yeah, I liked things about it, but it didn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
They did some great stuff on Game Boy Advance after that, which was cool, but like Kirby 64, I didn't care for that one at all. And then once the games went polygonal, they were all still 2D, but I just didn't really have any fun playing them anymore. And it really bummed me out. Like, there's cool stuff like, Kirby Canvas Curse for DS. That was great. When Kirby games got to be like super weird, those were always awesome. Like, Kirby's Epic Yarn was great. It was super simple, but it was so charming and clever and fun. That I didn't care about the low difficulty because it was still fun to play through. But the mainline Kirby games, the platformers, I kind of steered clear of because I'd play them for a few seconds, be like, this doesn't feel good to play. And then remember when Kirby Star Allies came out on Switch, I was super excited for it because we had Breath of the Wild, we had Mario Odyssey, and it's like, all right, they're gonna go back to Kirby's roots, they're gonna make this a real good Kirby game, and then it just kind of felt like the most recent Kirby games. And even from what little I played of Planet Robobot, which was very, very little, everyone seems to think that game was way better than Star Allies. And at least that one had a really interesting gimmick going on with the robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Kirby has a gun. Like, okay, he was walking around in a robot tank shooting missiles at everyone. Whatever. But this game looks very ambitious. It looks really cool. And the fact that Kirby's been around for what's his 30th anniversary this year, I think, and he's never had a 3D game. They've never attempted 3D Kirby before. It's crazy. And I'm very excited about it. I just hope it lives up to what's possible, because when we did Geek Writers way back when, one of the first things I did was a full series day by day retrospective of all the Kirby games.
Yeah,
because I just loved Kirby games. I think the character's great. I can't wait to see what weird demonic hellspawn the last boss is. And I've been seeing this on Twitter a lot today. In particular, they named his little cute little sprite looking sidekick thing. It's like, I don't trust that thing.
No,
I've seen other Kirby games. Remember Marks? I don't know if you remember Marks, but
I do.
I don't even remember which game he's from, but he's this like cute little thing until he turned into a twisted fucking demon and just like, Kirby's weird, man. But
yeah,
no,
Marks
this game
is
great.
Marks is Katie's favorite.
Fucking
She
hell.
loves him.
Marks
Loves
is
him.
creepy.
Yeah. Big
And
fan.
adorable. Yeah. So yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is the kind of big, awesome, ambitious stuff I love seeing from Nintendo, and I'm so glad this is happening. I just really hope it isn't. I hope it isn't sparse. I hope it doesn't feel hollow and super short and light on content, because that's how I felt about Star Allies. Like, even though it was well put together and had some really clever stuff in it, it didn't feel good to play, and it was over in no time. It felt sparse, and I don't mind a short game if it's packed with really good fun. If I had fun for 4 hours or 5 hours,
right? Okay. Bowser's Fury,
right?
Everybody loved it, and it's super short.
It was phenomenal, super short, because it was it was a bonus add-on with 3D World. But then you look at something like Link's Awakening. I didn't bat an eye at paying $60 for Link's Awakening. I don't care how short that game is; it's a blast from beginning to end. So I don't know, it makes me nervous, but I'm very excited about it. Looks great. I love seeing this kind of ambition from Nintendo.
Yeah, and really good for Switch owners in March, because you kind of start the year off a little slow. Theoretically, I guess that was because you were supposed to be playing Advance Wars right now. While you're waiting for Kirby and Triangle Strategy. But
there's that Pokemon game too.
Arceus,
yeah, that's a big hairy deal too.
Yeah, I forgot to put that in January.
So it's Well, I mean, you didn't need to. We're talking about our stuff, right? You know, this is what we're excited for, and we're not excited for Pokemon. But
that's fair. I mean, I'm a little excited about Pokemon, but
I'm excited to see how that game does, because that game is super interesting. Because that game looks like the Pokemon game everyone's been asking for 20 fucking years. Obviously there's some like graphical stuff that's causing a lot of people concern, but I really think people love just picking apart graphics on stuff. Like, just get over it. Like, it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Not every game has to look like, oh, this is jaw dropping amazing. Like, dude, just have fun. It looks like they're making the game you wanted them to make, so cut them some slack.
Yeah, let's hope it's good.
Let's hope it's good.
All right, I have nothing in April as of yet. Nothing that I saw.
Then I will cover two. Well, when does spring start?
April, I think. Yeah.
When does spring happen?
April
March,
11th. Oh, right. March. Lousy Smarch weather.
Then I will throw in the two beginning things that I have. Number one is currently, according to Nintendo's website, spring 2022. That is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Boot Camp.
Yes.
I
can't fucking wait.
I'm very excited to jump into that. Like I said before, I've never gotten into Advance Wars before, and I pre-ordered this, so it's already paid for. This will be mine from Target the day it comes out, and I'm really excited about it. I'm actually more excited about it because of its delay. Because it makes me wonder what the hell WayForward's up to. They pushed this back because they had an idea. They were like, we can do this better, and so we're going to. I cannot wait to see what this looks like when they actually start showing it off. I mean, even just think back to the reveal of Kirby and the Forgotten Land back at E3 or whatever. It wasn't E3. It was at some Nintendo Direct, and then like the new trailer from a couple of days ago. Like, shit got
different
better.
World.
Yeah. So I cannot wait to see what Advance Wars looks like. But yeah, it's still slated for spring.
Which is awesome, man. Those first two games are so great. They're so great.
So I've heard.
God, I love them. I love them so much.
It's a hole in my history, and that's something that I'm really working on this year. Is fixing those holes in my history, like
plugging those holes.
Exactly. I'm plugging as many holes as I can. Secret of Mana is done. All right. That's behind me. So. All right, the next one, this was still just slated for Q1, so I don't know exactly what that means, but I will throw this in here as we move on to the second quarter. But that is, what the hell is it called again? Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a compilation of... this is a very interesting compilation of Pac-Man games. Let me see if I can find the full list, because there's some really interesting stuff on here. No, that's the trailer. Pac-Man Museum Plus. All right, Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac and Pal. What is Pac and Pal? Oh, this is just another one of those weird sequels that never took off that they threw in the arcades. Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, Pac Attack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's... I'm very happy to have that. I wonder which version it's going to be. I hope it's the Super Nintendo version.
That's kind of the important distinction there.
Well, I mean, there's no bad version of Pac in Time. I mean, hell, what was it on your Game Boy Color list or whatever?
Yeah.
There's no bad version of that, but I'm sure whatever version's on there will be real nice. Pac in Time, which was the 2D platformer on Super Nintendo that was kind of like a sequel to that awful Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures we played.
Oh, God, yeah. I'd forgotten about that.
Pac-Man Time is, I mean, not that it's hard to be way better than that, but, that's a thing. Then we have the Pac-Man Arrangement arcade version, Pac-Man Arrangement PSP version. Those are both really cool because Pac-Man Arrangement is a really great game and hasn't been in a bunch of the compilations for a while. Then we get to some of the really cool stuff. We have Pac-Man Championship Edition.
That is very cool.
That game is great, and I still have that on my Xbox, but it was Xbox 360. I have Championship Edition 2 on Switch, and that's cool, but it's not as good as the first one as far as I'm concerned. I love the first Pac-Man Championship Edition, so getting that one re-released is really cool. Pac-Motos. This is not something that I'm extraordinarily familiar with. It was originally included in Namco Museum Remix for Wii in 2007. Let me look that up real quick, because that one I saw and was like, well, that's kind of interesting. Pac-Motos. What the hell is this? Oh, it's like, I don't understand, but it's neat.
Is it like a kart racer?
No, it's like some weird top view thing where you're Pac-Man and you're... I'm watching a video of him fighting a boss right now, and it's almost sort of puzzle-ish, I think. Oh, this looks very interesting. Like you're trying to knock these balls off a stage by ramming into them. Very interesting.
All right.
That's a weirdo. That's not one you see every day. Then there's Pac and Roll Remix. That was a DS game where you rolled around Pac-Man. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great. Pac-Man Battle Royale, which is the arcade game. That's super fun.
Yeah, that game is fun.
That game is awesome. It's just super expensive to play because it's like $1 a turn. It's ridiculous. But playing that shit at home, absolutely I will be buying that because that game is awesome. And Pac-Man 256.
Yeah, that's pretty great, actually.
That is an awesome collection right there. I am
that's pretty
really
great.
into that. Throwing in some of the weird stuff. I'm sad that there isn't some sort of way for them to make Pac Pix work. Although, I mean, they could totally do it on Switch and Tate mode if they wanted to with the touchscreen. But that's kind of the only way you could make that work, because it has to have a touchscreen. But yeah, man. Other than that, this is a really cool Pac-Man collection. So I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, that probably should have made my list.
Well, now it can.
Now it can.
I have nothing else with dates on it. Everything else I have is 2022 or big fat question mark.
I have two more things with dates.
All right, let's roll.
And one that I'm actually surprised did not jump out to you. Maybe because it's DLC. I don't know if that technically counts, but that's in June. In May, for PlayStation 5 and PC, is the new Squeenix joint Forspoken. That is that kind of like magic Tomb Raider looking thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember that looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks very, very cool. I'm very, very interested to see where that game goes. It looks like it could end up being really, really cool. So I'm pretty hyped for that. But in June, for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, the final DLC for Cuphead comes out June 30th, The Delicious Last Course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I did. Fuck yeah.
Well, it just didn't include it because I didn't see it on a release list because it's DLC and not a new game. But yeah, I'm on that. I'm all over that.
More and new Cuphead. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
Please.
100% in. And that is all I had for dates. Like, there are some other games with dates coming out, but like, I don't give a shit about the new Saints Row. So, didn't make a list. You know. All right. Sorry, I'm just I'm typing. I'm moving stuff around here. Okay, no, now we're good. All right, so we talked about Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I have the rest in alphabetical order. I assume you do as well.
Yep.
Okay. Which means that probably the next thing on your list to talk about would be Bayonetta 3.
Yep,
I figured. Switch exclusive, should be out sometime this year.
Yep.
It's really one of those things where, like, either you like Bayonetta or you don't. You know, like, this is either 100% for you or not at all for you.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I still don't feel like I'm good at it. Like, I still feel like there's so much of this game that I'm not getting, and I'm not following the story, like, at all. But I really liked the first one. I really liked the second one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play the third one, because why the hell not?
Yeah, for sure. It's Bayonetta.
I'm here. It's Platinum Games doing their thing. They've been working on it for a while. I like it.
It looks really, really cool. I am curious if this next game made it to your list. The next game I have on mine is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Nope.
No? Switch exclusive. Well, Switch and PC. You should definitely look up Bomb Rush Cyberpunk right now, because I believe that it will make its way onto your I'm excited about this list.
Huh.
It's like new Jet Set Radio, Kris.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait any longer. I was too excited.
Yeah,
and I wasn't.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I wasn't sure if that was just a or, oh, I've looked it up, and yes, this is something, so I kind of rushed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting excited about this one. I
really
liked... Well, that's the thing. I really liked Jet Set Radio to an extent. I loved the look of it, and I really enjoyed playing it, but I never, like, really got all the way into it. And then I never played Future on Xbox, and this is like... all right, well, you're not going to make one, then I'll make one. And it's like, I have a hard time feeling like it's going to have the same soul as the
I believe it has
ones.
A lot of the same people on it, though. Wasn't that the thing?
Oh, I
think
don't know.
so.
I just thought this was some indie developer who was like, fuck it, I'm making a Jet Set Radio game. But I don't know.
No, I believe it has a lot of the same people. Kind of did an Igarashi thing, and they were like, well, fuck you, if you're not going to do it, we'll do it.
The hell's this game called again?
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's not a fun name to say a bunch.
No. Yeah, Jet Set Radio is just too good of a name.
Yeah, Jet Set Radio is great. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Team Reptile. Who is on Team Reptile? Trying to find some info on Team Reptile here, but nothing that's really adding up to me. Well, either way, it is an interesting game that I am very curious to see how it does. I'm not itching to play it myself, but I'm very curious to see how it works.
Well, all right then. The next game on my list, I am 100%.
I got one back before Bomb Rush. Though.
Sorry. All right, go. Yeah.
Alphabetically, I got one before that, and that would be really very excited about this one because I love the first one, and that is Blossom Tales 2, The Minotaur Prince.
Oh, yeah. I did see that was coming out, but I didn't play the first one.
Definitely should. It's not super long. It takes a lot of inspiration from Link to the Past, but in a good way. It's very clever. It is very much its own thing, even though much of it is inspired by Zelda. It has its own personality. It is a really, really quality game. I'm so glad it's getting a sequel, too, because if I'm remembering the story right, the Switch port of Blossom Tales was kind of supposed to be this studio's last shot.
Right.
Like, all right, well, this is all we've got left, so we're going to put this on Switch, and if it doesn't sell again, then we're dead. Then we tried. And then it sold like hotcakes. It did really well on the Switch, and I'm so glad it did because it was a really, really good game. I'm very excited to play another one of these.
And that is
very clever.
Is this new one Switch exclusive?
That is a great question. I don't know. Is the first one?
I think it was. Yeah, the first one is.
Well, the first one was definitely on Steam before that.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
And looks like this one's going to be on Steam as well.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch and PC for the first one. Looks like it would take about 7.5 hours to beat, Chris.
The first one?
I'm very into how long to beat today.
And you know what? That's a 7.5 hours well spent. I don't regret any of my time with Blossom Tales. Had a really cool sense of humor. The storytelling device was great. It's about a grandfather telling the story of the game to his grandkids. And like at certain points in the game, he'll ask you what you think attacked them in the woods. So like, oh no, then you were attacked in the woods. What do you think attacked him? Was it werewolves or was it spiders? And you can pick, and then that's what will attack you in the woods. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, they don't lean into
that
super hard. It's just enough to be a clever thing that happens a couple times throughout the course of the game, which is great. It is a wonderful game, just filled with love, and I am so excited for the second one.
All right, then. Well, the next one I had on my list, I'm 100% sure is not on your list, but I'm going to send you the Steam link on Discord. I'm going to message that to you right now. It is called Choo Choo Charles.
I've heard this name before.
And I am sure that this is not on your list.
It is not on my list.
I'm just going to read the little synopsis from the Steam page. Navigate an island in an old train, upgraded over time, and use it to fight an evil spider train named Charles, who terrorizes your home. Charles is hungry. Don't be his next meal. Yep, I'm all in. I mean, I'm all in once this gets a port to like PlayStation or whatever. But man, this just looks really weird and interesting. It's like a nightmare version of like Thomas the Tank and a fucking spider fused together, and they're coming after you in the woods. It looks awesome. It's so silly.
It's so terrifying. I love it.
Choo Choo Charles. I mean, the design of this train, like of Charles as he's coming after you, looks
fucking terrifying.
It looks really cool though. Like, I mean, you hear spider train and you're like, inherently that's fucking stupid. But then you see it and you're like, I mean, yes, that is fucking stupid, but it's also terrifying. I'm really excited about it. All right, so that is at some point this year. Let's see. Next on my list is I'm wondering if this made your list. Cursed to Golf.
No, but I saw the title. I'm unfamiliar with this one.
It is a Switch and PC things. PC things. Switch and PC thing. I think this was in their last Indie Direct. I think. I don't know. It's like an action, like a side-scrolling RPG golf game where like you fucking like hit the ball to solve puzzles as you're moving through the levels. It looks really cool.
Wow. Yeah, I can't say I'm familiar with this one. I don't remember seeing this in any of their presentations, but it's a wow, yeah, this looks pretty cool.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's got like some really interesting looking like NPCs that help you out along the way, like big ghosts and whatnot that are like, there's one Scottish looking dude who looks really cool. I don't know, I feel like this could be another one of those like big time sleeper hits.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on my radar. This looks really cool.
Like a bunch of kids walking around going, "You haven't played CTG? Oh my god, dude, what's wrong with you?" Right? Because it's not a great name.
Cursed
to Golf.
I think it's a fantastic name.
I don't love it.
It's hilarious.
I don't love it. All right, the next game I have starts with the letter E. Chris, you got anything in between that?
Nah, my next one's H.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I got a few before that. All right. The next one does have a rumored release date of February. This is PS5, PS4, Series, the One, the Switch, and PC. And that would be The Evil Dead, the game.
Right. I forgot about this.
Right? Doesn't this look good?
This does look good. I forgot all about this.
This, it looks really good.
Oh my god, it does.
I mean, I don't know that it's gonna be good, but it looks really good.
That's great.
It's Evil Dead, but it looks like current Evil Dead, like Ash versus the Evil Dead. Ash, not young Bruce Campbell, but like current Bruce Campbell.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's Evil Dead. Either you like Evil Dead or you don't.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I don't really understand what's wrong with you. Because you obviously hate fun.
God, I forgot all about this. I remember being like super jazzed about it when they announced it. It was like, yeah, this looks great. I'm totally into this.
Yeah.
I usually don't like Evil Dead video games, but
no, they've all typically been terrible. But this one looks really good.
Looks like fun.
Yeah, and I think you get to play as the fucking Evil Dead shit.
Right. Isn't there like some multiplayer mode where one of you gets to be the Evil Dead chase?
Yeah, in the Evil Dead camera angle. I don't know. It looks really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
The rumors are February. That's I saw a couple people saying no, definitely February. We just don't know what day in February.
I mean, if it's February, it's got to be Valentine's Day.
Oh man, wouldn't that be great though?
Right.
That would really be great.
It just seems like the right thing to do.
It really does. All right. Next on my list, some point in 2022, this was one of the games that was shown off when the PlayStation 5 was coming out as it was part of their sizzle reel. And that is Ghostwire Tokyo. Do you remember this one?
God, no, I don't.
This is the one where it's the new game from Shinji Mikami.
Okay.
Yeah, Mikami, who's done a ton of outstanding horror games. The Evil Within, Evil Inside.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is it? Evil Within? I don't remember. But those games that are really, really good. This one looks really cool. It's being published by Bethesda. It's one of the last, I think, PlayStation games that they had before this was already in agreement, and Xbox isn't pushing back on that kind of stuff, which is very cool of them, because I believe that they could in some sort of way, but there's some kind of way, but they're not going to. Yeah, I don't know. This looks really, really cool. It's first person. I was looking this up earlier today, and the combat director in the game, I was reading an interview with him on IGN or Polygon or something like that, said he's describing the combat as first person karate meets magic. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm into that. I don't know. It looks super creepy. Looks really weird. Looks pretty cool. I'm into it. Not a game that I think I'm going to pay full price for. I don't think that's a $60 game for me, but on sale for 30 or 40 seems about right.
Cool.
But the next game on the list, Kris, I mean, if this comes out this year, this is game of the year for me.
Okay.
God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, what do you need to say?
That's it.
Shit,
that's the
I
tweet.
Should play that game this year.
That's the tweet. If God of War Ragnarok comes out this year, and all indications are that it's going to.
All signs point to yes.
All signs point to yes. I mean, goddamn. Yeah.
Yeah, I should really play God of War, huh?
You really, really fucking should. You really should. That should go above everything else. It's just so great. It's just so great. And but you know that. I don't have to convince you that it's great.
No, you really don't have to convince me. I'm totally into it.
You're aware.
I am aware. I'm just playing this Star Wars game right now. All right, so we're at God of War and Uncharted.
Yep. God of War over Uncharted.
Okay. All right. So God of War. I'll see if I can make that my hit list.
And it's not even like it's not a super long game. I'm looking it up right now. Please hold. God of War. Shit. 21 hours for the main story. So I mean, it's long. Man, I really think I beat it in less than that.
Well, you know what? If it as long as it doesn't feel that long, then I'm in.
God, it really didn't. It really didn't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting here saying, like, I think I beat it in less than that. I might not have, but man, it just so fucking good. Oh, man, that game.
Yeah, I should do that.
All right, what do you got for your H?
Oh, for H, this is a big if. I mean, it's a humongous if. They're saying it's going to come this year. I'll believe it when I see it, but that's going to be the venerable Hatchtails, aka Chicken Wiggle. We got it. We got an update. We got an actual update earlier this year.
Yeah.
A week or two ago, we got an honest to goodness update on the Kickstarter page, which was, I mean, way to go, guys! Way to put in the work. I'm a big Atui fan, but they have not handled Hatchtails very well at all.
No.
I'm kind of cheesed off that I backed it, to be perfectly honest. But here we are. Theoretically, the game is coming out in 2022. Let's see, where's the Kickstarter thing that I got here? Show me potato salad. Chicken Wiggle Workshop.
Knew it was coming. Really excited about it anyway.
Cannot believe that they changed Chicken Wiggle, an unforgettable name like Chicken Wiggle, to a generic ass name, Hatchtails.
Yeah, Hatchtails is not as good a name as Chicken Wiggle.
Nothing's as good a name as Chicken Wiggle.
I mean, that's very true.
If God of War was called Chicken Wiggle, I would have played it by now.
Chicken Wiggle of War.
Let's see. We had an update on January 13th, just saying Happy New Year. We want the 2022 is going to be excellent. Okay, believe when I see it. Then before that, we had an update in November 10th of 2021. And then the update before that was October 23rd, 2020.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, this was funded. When did I back this? Goodness gracious.
2018?
December 2018.
Yeah.
They've been working on this game for quite a long time. Or at least they said they've been working on it for quite a long time. They've released several other games.
It doesn't look like a game, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't look like a game that needs that much time.
It does not. It certainly doesn't look like the kind of game that requires, especially considering that the game's already done. Like, the 3DS game came out. So this is just remastering an existing game and redoing the graphics and stuff. And I'm not saying just to be reductive, but it's been years, and they've released other games since then. I'm just saying it feels kind of shitty. That's all. Just it doesn't feel good to know, okay, I gave you money to make this game because you said if you give me money, I'm going to make this game. And then they made a bunch of other games. So, whatever. I'll still happily play it. Just, if it comes out in 2022. And if it doesn't, boy, that'll be a fun story to tell. All right, my next one's the letter S, so have at it.
Wow, okay. So in between that, I've got, although a story just recently came out yesterday, I believe, saying that there are rumors strongly hinting that Hogwarts Legacy is getting pushed to 2023. That is the open world RPG set in the Harry Potter universe. That if you remember when it was announced, that was like right at the time when everybody was like, J.K. Rowling's a fucking turf. We don't even know what that word means, but we're going to scream it anyway. There was all that shit going on. And she may very well be a TERF, but the people who were yelling about it did not know what they were talking about. So it caught like a lot of shit for that, and was supposed to be out last year, and then it got delayed till 2022, and now there's rumors that it's getting pushed to 2023. So on that, but when it comes out, it does look very, very cool. I'm very interested in it. Hollow Knight Silk Song. God, I hope it's this year.
That's in my question mark category for the end, because they never said 2022. I'm assuming 2022, but
that's my. All right, I will put that back to the question mark then. Forget I said that. Strike it from the record, sir.
We'll talk more about it later.
Yes. I know you don't love the Lego games, but I'm really interested in Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
I'm so bummed that I don't like Lego games.
I know this, and maybe this would be the one. You know, this is the year of Star Wars for you, so maybe this would be the one to push it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see because they've done so much of this before. I'm really interested to see like what makes this a worthwhile reinvestment. You know what I mean? Then I also had Little Devil Inside. That is, we talked about it when they did one of the, I believe it was on one of the PlayStation showcases. Whatever, I don't even fucking remember what they call them now. Whatever the PlayStation Nintendo Directs are. It was the one where
State of Play.
State of Play, thank you, Jesus. That's how little I care. I think it's a bad name, and how little I care about that name. This was the one where it had like a really like weird, exaggerated art style, and you were like a monster hunter, like going after like supernatural monsters and creatures, and you, I think you were kind of interested in it.
What was it called again?
Little Devil Inside.
Little Devil Inside. That does sound familiar.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I believe, late 2022. The rumors that I see are winter 2022. But it's Xbox One, PS5, PS4, Switch, the whole thing.
Oh, right. It looked neat. Didn't look like something I was all that interested in playing, but it looked neat.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Again, this is one of those ones where I think like this could be like a real big sleeper. Like, no, this game is actually amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Pretty into that one though. Looking forward to that. That's definitely something that my kids are going to want to play with me. So, you know, I'm excited about that. Then we also have for the PS5, Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, Marvel's Midnight Suns. I'm into it. I don't care. Guardians of the Galaxy was so good.
Who's making this? Like, I don't know. Everything about this, everything about this screams to me like this cannot possibly be good.
Firaxis has made good games though. They made what the fuck is their big one? God damn it. I'm looking it up right now because I can't think of it. XCOM games are good. I don't know that means that they can make a 3D action adventure game.
Is it a 3D action adventure game?
The Marvel game? Yeah. It's supposed to be, I think. I don't know. These guys, whatever, I don't care.
It is a tactical RPG, dude.
Is it? Son of a bitch. Oh. Well, I'm still into it. I don't care. I know so little about it, but I like all of the characters. It's got Blade, it's got Iron Man, it's got Wolverine, it's got Ghost Rider. Whatever, fuck it. It's a tactical RPG, even better. I'm now more excited. Thank you.
I mean, it does look like solid as far, you know, from an art direction perspective. It doesn't look discount Avengers like that Marvel's Avengers game from Squeenix.
Yeah.
But I'm not a tactical RPG guy. So, you know, here we are. It looks cool. I got a weird feeling about it. I don't know what it is. Just got a weird feeling about it.
I don't know. I'm going to buy it when it goes on sale for $20. That's when I'm going to get that one.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Then sticking with the World of Tactics, which I obviously knew it was a tactical RPG, Chris. How dare you question me? Switch exclusive, well, PC as well. Metal Slug Tactics. That's just so wild.
It is wild. Is that's Switch? And
yeah.
I thought that was coming to everything. I didn't realize it was just Switch and PC. That's wild.
Switch and PC, man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into that. That might be a day one purchase. I do really like tactics games.
I know, and you like Metal Slug, but
and I love Metal Slug.
I will have had enough tactics by the time I'm done with Advance Wars. So
yeah, I mean, this year is really turning out to be like, if you're a fan of tactical games, I mean, obviously Midnight Suns, right? We all know that that's a tactical RPG. But then, I mean, obviously everybody knows that. Firaxis is making it. Why would they make a 3D action adventure game? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Only an asshole would say that. But Advance Wars, Advance Wars, Triangle Strategy, Midnight Suns, Metal Slug Tactics. I mean, if you're a tactics fan, that's huge.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
That's a big year for you. Like, you get maybe one a year if you're lucky.
Well, that's the thing. How many more than one do you really need? I feel like you get a good tactics game and then you just kind of
play that for 6 years. Yeah, that's true. Also, sticking with the letter M, PlayStation VR. I don't know if this is VR or VR2, but Moss Book 2. That game was so great. It was so clever and so charming. And the sequel to that is supposed to be coming out this year. Very, very excited about that. Maybe this year we will see the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I don't even know.
I put that on my maybe list at the bottom.
Yeah.
That game fucking disappeared.
Yeah, it really did.
Like, wow, this looks like shit. You should do something about that. We're like, yeah, we'll fix that. And then they stopped talking about it. So
they
I don't know.
Just stopped talking about it.
I don't know if it even still exists anymore, but I put it on my maybe list.
And I hate Ubisoft.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to buy it.
I don't want to give them money, but I fucking loved that first game.
Yeah, I thought the original Sands of Time was phenomenal. Loved that game.
So good. I would love to play through it again if it looks, newer and whatever. But I mean, yeah, it looked bad. And we haven't heard about it, but it was already delayed from 2021. So, shit.
Yeah,
man.
I don't have a good feeling about it.
I don't know. All right, I'm down to the S now. I think it's the same one you have.
Down to the S.
What do you got?
I got 3 S's actually.
Oh shit! I only had one. What do you got?
Well, Sea of Stars.
I thought that was 2023 for sure.
They're aiming for 2022.
Oh no shit! All right.
Yeah.
Well then, yes, 100%.
I think we just talked about it when they did that.
Fuck! We did talk about that.
Yeah.
God damn.
They just did a whole other trailer being like, all right, shit's coming out. We're going to make it happen. Right at the end of the trailer. Holiday
do we know what
2022. So far, Switch is the only one announced. Because they announced it during that indie showcase.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it just looks so goddamn good.
Yeah.
I won't even. How good this looks.
I won't even be able to wait. Like, if that is just Switch and PC, like I won't wait for that on PlayStation.
I mean, considering how good it looks on Switch, like, yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want video games to look like. And
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm just first off, The Messenger knocked every one of my socks off.
Great.
Loved that game. I'm also a gigantic Chrono Trigger fan. It is on my list of things to do this year to replay Chrono Trigger because it's been way too long. And shit, holiday 2022. It's not firm. That is the goal. They said in the Kickstarter update, this is what we're shooting for. We think it's realistic, but if the game needs to be delayed, it's going to be delayed because we're not going to release till it's done. And you have my full support. Release it whenever the fuck you want. But
yeah, I'm cool with that.
Holiday 2022. This might this is going to be hard to top for my game of the year, and especially considering the other things that are happening this year, that's a bold ass statement for me. But whew,
yeah,
this could. I mean, can you imagine if we got this and Silksong in the same year?
And fucking God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Good God, yeah.
And another particularly large one. But anyway, yeah, Sea of Stars, big fucking deal.
Yeah, into it.
What else you got? You got another S game? I have 2 more S games. One of them's going to be the same.
The only one I had on here was Splatoon 3.
Yeah, Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about Splatoon 3. Here's my thing. The single player campaign in Splatoon has been phenomenal, but really underserved.
Yes.
When I saw the world that Splatoon 3 is taking place in, it's like, give me a real... I mean, I know the online is where the game's at. I know that's where the most people are going to be playing it for the longest time. I know that. But I want a nice, meaty, single-player campaign in this game. Because that world looks good.
You gotta explain how we got to that world.
You do. And there's going to be a single-player campaign. There has been in the first and the second one. But, I never finished Octo Expansion, but that shit was great. And the main campaign was very, very good. Not quite as inventive as the first one. Kind of repeated a few things from the first one. But the first game's campaign is outstanding.
Yeah.
Give me more of that. These characters work for a single-player campaign. This works. Keep that shit going. Very tentatively excited for Splatoon 3.
Yeah, that Katie is so excited for that game.
Yeah.
So excited.
Mm-hmm. But my second S title is actually alphabetically before that one.
Oh, shit.
And that is Shovel Knight Dig.
Eh.
Not a Shovel Knight fan?
I love Shovel Knight. Dig is like the weird puzzle game on iOS, right?
No. Dig, they announced this a while back, and I'm not surprised that it kind of slipped through your fingers there. Dig is I'm going to go ahead and reshare this trailer because I'm sure you haven't seen it since it originally aired in 2019.
No, I definitely haven't.
Go ahead and toss this in the old Discord for you. This is a 16-bit Shovel Knight game that's being developed by Nitrome, the wonderful people who did that Bomb Chicken game that I was obsessed with.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a digging platformer. It looks amazing. It looks like a 16-bit follow-up to Shovel Knight.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm definitely into that.
It's less side-scrolling and more vertical. It seems like almost like a cross between Shovel Knight and that SteamWorld Dig game, kind of.
I love SteamWorld Dig.
This game just looks outstanding. I was so freaking jazzed about this, and I really want more proper Shovel Knight content. The puzzle game I didn't mess with at all. I'm sure it's great, but just because I kind of wasn't in the mood for that kind of a puzzle game in my world right now.
Yeah.
But, man, when they announced this game, Shovel Knight Dig, I was like, fuck yeah, give me this. And it kind of went dark, and I believe it's still slated for this year. So
that's why I didn't put it on my list. I thought it was that fucking iOS game.
Yeah, nope. This game looks awesome.
I'm not opposed to it, but I didn't think that would make a list of games to be excited about. Yeah, fuck yeah.
After Bomb Chicken, that game was so freaking good. I love the way Nitrome does art, and it works so well for Shovel Knight. And just to have a proper action-based Shovel Knight game again, because we had Shovel Knight and we had the DLC, which was all great, but I want a new Shovel Knight game, like a proper new Shovel Knight game. And this looks like as close to, obviously a Shovel Knight 2 will be more in line with what the original game was.
Sure.
This looks so good. This looks so good. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sweet.
Drill Knight. Great. Just nails the look.
All right. Well, I've only got 2 more on my list.
As do I, before you get to the big mysteries.
Yeah. I only have 1 big mystery, though.
All right. Well, what's your next one?
All right. Next one I have on my list is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge for Switch and PC.
I was next on my list too. Day one, no matter what.
Yep, not even a question.
So excited. This game looks great.
Not even a question.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Like, where that is almost one of those ones where it's like, all right, we're gonna get that and fucking like live stream it or something. Like, I'm so excited about that game.
I cannot not play that game. I want to play it backwards and forwards. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And I got to find a way to play it with 3 other people. Like, you and me playing Streets of Rage 4 online together was great. Let's do that, but with 2 other people too. Let's make it happen. I'm so excited.
Get Evan to buy it.
Get Evan and Angie to play with us?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I'm sure some of the listeners are going to get it. We like them.
Yeah, we do.
They're good people.
Yeah, that game is that is going to happen. I'm going to spend time with that game. It's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
All right. Well, and the only other one that I had that I am 100% confident, this might actually be in your maybe list, but I'm 100% confident it's coming out this year, and that's Breath of the Wild 2.
That's not my maybe list. That's 2022 is the target date as of right now. The last trailer said 2022. That was the last game on my list, and that's gonna be hard to beat for my game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, how do you, like, you being you, how do you beat a new Breath of the Wild? I mean, unless it's terrible, which it's not going to be, obviously, but
I don't know, that's never obvious. Ocarina of Time was one of my favorite games ever made, and then they followed up with Majora's Mask, and I don't like that game very much. I appreciate it.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, who knows what the fuck Breath of the Wild 2 is actually going to be? I have no idea what it's actually going to play like.
It's a good point.
But I mean, that coming out this year is fucking yikes.
Yeah, it's big.
There's some things on here that are very, very cool to me, like, you know, Advance Wars and Pac-Man Museum and Blossom Tales 2, but there's Breath of the Wild 2. If none of these games slip and we get Breath of the Wild 2 and Sea of Stars, potentially this Kirby game, I don't know. I really don't know what to make of that game. It could be amazing. It could be just fine. Silk Song, theoretically. Those 4 games alone are nuts.
Yeah.
But then you tack in the possibility of one of my maybes of Metroid Prime 4.
See, I don't think that's coming this year.
I don't know. I feel like the amount of time that they've put into it since they said they restarted development, it's entirely possible we could see it this year.
Oh, sure.
I don't know that it's necessarily going to happen, but it could. And if it does, I will poop everyone's pants. If we get a game that lives up to the name of Metroid Prime 4, and I know Nintendo has got to be putting a lot of pressure on this game to be good at this point, because they got to follow up Dread now.
It has to be so much better than good.
It does, because, like, Dread did very well. I still don't know what it did sales-wise. I know it started off great, and I feel like it was in the conversation for a long time. It won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Dread's the act to follow now. So, like, Prime 4 really has to be top-notch. So if we get a year of Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2, Sea of Stars, and Silk Song, those 4, and God of War. I'm not even thinking about for your stuff, and God of War,
and Horizon.
That's stupid. That's like,
well, and the other game that is on my maybe list, the only game on my maybe list, but I'm positive it's coming out this year.
What's that?
Marvel's Wolverine.
Oh, right.
Positive. I am positive that Wolverine will come out this year, and the next Spider-Man game that they showed the trailer for, like, we know that's 2023. I don't think they're going to put 2 games out, like two Marvel games made by fucking Insomniac in the same year. Doesn't make any sense to me. So Wolverine's coming out this year. That's going to be a holiday game.
I mean, unless Wolverine's early in the year and Spider-Man's holiday, I don't know.
I don't think
it's possible. It's possible. We've
totally
seen more,
possible.
We've seen more of Wolverine than we have of Metroid Prime 4. So,
right.
But we have no idea how far in development this is. And knowing the way Sony does things, it's entirely possible that Marvel's Wolverine is actually a 2024 title. Maybe you got it reversed.
That's possible. I mean, man, it's so crazy too, because there's stuff on here that I wasn't like really comfortable putting a date on. But like we know the Knights of the Old Republic remake is coming. We don't know a date on that, but we know that is coming. Like, what the fuck? And this is just the games that we're interested in.
Yeah, there's a
like
plenty
not
of
even talking about games that like. There's a lot of people that are excited about that Tiny Tina shit.
Yeah, that is true. People are
and
pretty
Elden
jazzed
Ring
about that.
Like you and I are the ones who are like, meh. But like Elden Ring is a big fucking hairy deal.
Well, you've definitely left the single biggest thing off your maybe list. If this drops this year, it's the game changer.
What's that?
It could very well happen this year. That's the Amico.
Man,
do you think it's going to come out in 2022? Do you think they can survive another year?
Dude, I don't even know.
I don't know what the plan is. If they can find another avenue to get more crowdfunding, I think they could put it off for a whole other year.
I think they should. I think they should just keep crowdfunding.
Just forever. it'll and then just walk away with the money and be like,
just walk away.
Just send one last update out to everybody that just says,
thanks guys. Guys are suckers.
Guys are suckers. Tommy Tallarico is Precious Roy.
Oh man, this is gonna be a big year, Chris. This is just the shit that we know about and that you and I care about.
Right? This is the shit we know about. Like, yeah. A Nintendo Direct is probably around the corner. We're probably getting something in February, if patterns are to be believed.
Well, and E3 is, I mean, it's remote again this year, but there's gonna be shit there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that Justice League, that Suicide Squad game is supposed to come out. That Batman Gotham Knights is supposed to come out.
I was just thinking of another one too, and now I can't remember.
I don't care about them all that much.
Oh, that Dragon Ball game?
Oh, that new Dragon Ball game? I mean,
I don't want to play it, but the concept is hysterical to me. Like, you're just the people in the background trying to survive Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's a great idea.
It's a great idea. I don't know. I'm sure there's some really cool stuff coming for Xbox too. Like the only one I know for sure is that Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
Because that first one was supposed to be really, really great. I'm sure it's just not on my radar enough to speak about any of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's going to be cool stuff coming for that. Man, this is going to be a big fucking year.
You ain't kidding.
But I am tired. So let's fucking put a pin in it, Chris.
Yep. That's the end. That's the end of that. Yep. Pin it, baby.
That's right.
That is our show. And that was fun. Join us next week. What the hell are we doing next week? We don't have a plan.
No, we don't.
No, wait, it's the 10, 20, 30, 40. I did this earlier.
Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah, it is, because it's the end of the month next month.
It is the end of the
next week. Month.
Yeah. I haven't actually put together the 10, 20, 30, 40 stuff for this year yet.
What have you been doing? You had 2 days off, Chris.
I've been playing Secret of Mana, Dan. God damn it.
It's fair. You did mention that.
I'll get that stuff together. I know that this year is going to be more interesting in the 40 category than last year. So, hey, that was fun to say. The 40 category. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, should be a good time.
Chris has lost it.
We've lost touch with Planet Me. We're on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, the Geekade Patreon, which helps keep this show running week after week, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ali. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. The Moon Knight trailer dropped during the show. I hope he's still alive. And we'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That's it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.